Tony Woodcock's walkout from Arsenal after being dropped from the team that beat Coventry 2-1 today will require a Monday morning explanation to manager Don Howe. Ironically, Arsenal's goals were scored by Raphael Meade and Ian Allinson, the two players who replaced Woodcock and Charlie Nicholas, who was relegated to the role of last half-hour sub. Don Howe said the demotion of Woodcock and Nicholas had built up over a period of time and wasn't a reaction to last week's FA Cup defeat by York City. The England captain Brian Robson still hasn't ruled himself out of England's World Cup match in Northern Ireland at the end of the month. Robson resumes training on Monday after a dislocated shoulder and is aiming to be back in Manchester United's team for the game at Arsenal in 3 weeks' time. Well, back in the league today, Gary Stevens scored the first two Everton goals as they beat Watford 4-0 at Goodison to move 4 points clear of Tottenham at the top of Division 1. Gordon Strachan got both Manchester United goals as their 2-0 defeat of West Brom kept them in third place. Sheffield Wednesday's draw with Liverpool dropped them below Arsenal and Southampton, who enjoyed a remarkable 4-0 win at Loftus Road, inflicting the biggest home defeat on Queen's Park Rangers since they installed that artificial pitch. Sunderland were the only winners today among the clubs at the bottom of Division 1 and now climb above neighbours Newcastle as a result of that 1-0 defeat of Stoke. Newcastle and Luton both drew. Oxford United are back on top of Division 2 after winning 1-0 at Carlisle, but only on goal difference, with 4 clubs sharing 49 points. This morning's leaders Blackburn drew 1-1 at Wimbledon. Manchester City and Birmingham both won away, but just look at the games in hand that Oxford have. Half a dozen clubs are still chasing the promotion places in Division 3, among them one from the less fashionable side of London, but a club with an unforgettable address. By name and reputation, Coldblow Lane Millwall is a football outpost overdue for the wind of change. A tight little ground sandwiched by East End terraces that 2 years ago faced relegation to Division 4, with some of its supporters feared as the game's barbarians. Millwall needed a steadying hand, and it came under the managership of George Graham, who'd strolled through his own playing career at the citadels of Arsenal and Manchester United. With millionaire chairman Alan Thorne and talk of superstore redevelopment, George now has a Millwall team chasing promotion to Division 2, looking forward to Monday's fourth round FA Cup tie with Chelsea and aiming for a place in football's sunlight where he used to play.
Armstrong to take the corner. It's a good header, it's there, Graham!
I do miss the big time, the big grounds, and that's why on Monday evening when we go to Stamford Bridge again, it'll bring back a lot of memories. But I'll be more pleased for the players. My lads, you know, they're used to sort of playing at small grounds all over the country, and for them to go to Stamford Bridge and a great crowd with lots of atmosphere, I'll be more pleased for them really than myself.
What exactly are you trying to do here?
Well, really, I'm trying to revive Millwall because I think potentially, I think they're definitely a second division club. And my first priority is to get them out of this third division. We've been here 2 years now, and after taking over, we were facing the fourth division, and now we're in the promotion hunt. We've slipped off late recently, but I think we're capable of going up if we can put a run together. So that if I can get in the second division, and then we can look at the situation again.
A legacy of misbehaviour by a few fans once made Millwall more famous for trouble than football.
And unfortunately, the sad face of football in the 70s appears to be recurring again. And John Gow, the referee, talking to the police, and it may well be he'll have to do what Colin Seal did at Leeds and take the players off the pitch.
Yes, I didn't really realise when I first came the bad reputation the club had throughout the country. And this is something I've been working hard on, both with the chairman and with the staff at the club. The players now are now getting a degree of discipline about themselves within the club. So now I want to take it onto the terraces. And the few supporters we have, and we only have got a few, who I think are disruptive, if we can sort of get rid of them and keep the 99% fans here, who are mainly very, very good, I'll be very pleased.
Fans are as good as gold down here. You get loyal supporters down here, not 1 week, miss a month.
I see you've brought a little one with you down here.
My boy.
Yeah, you don't mind bringing youngsters here then?
He's good as gold, of course they're all right.
There is only an image. I've been coming down here week after week for 37 years, and I can remember when there was a little bit of hooliganism, but it's not general. It's a good club.
Hull City awarded Millwall this silver salver for having the best supporters in Division 3 last season. And a further sign of changing times is the new club outfits of blazers and slacks bought for £2,500 by a generous supporter. Millwall's home form overshadows some disappointing away results, and today's visitors to Coldblow Lane were Newport, who'd had a player sent off when Millwall opened the scoring early in the second half. Defender David Cusack getting the goal. Millwall have lost only 7 of 60 home games under Graham's management, and 15 minutes from the end, another free kick wrapped up a 2-0 win. Once again, the man on the end of it, David Cusack. That win keeps Millwall in the top 6, but now just 2 points behind the promotion places after Hull lost 4-2 at Reading and Gillingham were held to a 1-1 draw at home by Swansea. But the runaway leaders there are still Bradford City, who beat Orient 4-1 and are now 10 points clear. The clash of the top 2 teams in Division 4 saw Bury win 1-0 at Chesterfield to go 3 points clear. Blackpool move above Hereford into 3rd place after a goalless draw at Chester.